At first glance, Gua Sha looks almost too simple to be taken seriously. A flat stone, slow strokes across the face, and claims of lifted contours, reduced puffiness, and sculpted definition that seem to sit somewhere between ancient tradition and modern beauty trend. Yet what makes Gua Sha so widely discussed is not just its aesthetic appeal, but the sensation people report after using it. Faces appearing less swollen, jaw lines looking more defined, and skin taking on a healthier, more energized glow. But beneath the viral demonstrations and social media transformations lies a more grounded explanation that is often misunderstood. Gua Sha does not reshape bone structure or permanently alter facial anatomy. Instead, it interacts with one of the most overlooked systems in the body, the superficial circulation of fluids, fascia tension, and lymphatic drainage pathways that influence how fluid is distributed across the face. The face is constantly shifting in response to sleep, hydration, inflammation, posture, and daily stress. Fluid retention can accumulate in certain areas, particularly under the eyes, cheeks, and jawline, creating a puffy or less defined appearance. Gua Sha works within this system, not by forcing structural change, but by encouraging movement, helping fluid shift more efficiently and supporting circulation in the soft tissues just beneath the skin. To understand Gua Sha properly is to move away from the idea of instant sculpting and toward a more biological perspective. The face is not static, but dynamic. Its appearance changes based on flow, tension, and drainage. And Gua Sha, when used correctly, influences those variables in a controlled and intentional way. This video will break down exactly how Gua Sha works, what is happening beneath the skin during each stroke, and how to use it correctly for visible, natural improvements in facial appearance over time. Number 1, the face is a fluid system, not a fixed structure. The most important misconception about facial appearance is the belief that it is primarily defined by bone structure alone. While bone does provide the foundation of facial shape, what people visually perceive on a day-to-day basis is heavily influenced by soft tissue, fluid balance, and muscular tension. The skin, fat layers, fascia, and lymphatic system constantly interact to create subtle changes in fullness, symmetry, and contour throughout the day. This means the face you see in the morning is not identical to the face you see at night, even though the bone structure remains unchanged. Gua Sha operates entirely within this dynamic system, influencing how fluid moves through these layers and how tension is distributed across the face. The lymphatic system in particular plays a central role. Unlike blood circulation, which has the heart as a pump, lymphatic flow depends on movement, pressure changes, and manual stimulation. When lymph fluid becomes stagnant, it can contribute to puffiness, especially around the eyes, cheeks, and jawline. This is not a sign of damage, but rather a natural buildup influenced by sleep position, salt intake, hydration, and stress. Gua Sha works by applying gentle, directional pressure that encourages this fluid to move toward drainage points in the neck and collarbone area, where it can be processed and removed by the body. On a deeper level, fascia, the connective tissue surrounding muscles, also influences facial appearance. When fascia becomes tight or restricted due to stress or repetitive expression, it can create areas of tension that subtly pull on facial contours. Gua Sha strokes helps encourage relaxation of these layers, allowing the face to appear softer and more open. The mechanism is not structural change, but release of tension within a responsive system. This is why Gua Sha results often appear as lifting or depuffing. What is actually changing is fluid distribution and muscular relaxation, not bone structure. Understanding this distinction is essential because it explains both the immediate effects and the limitations of the practice. It is a system of movement, not modification, and once that is understood, the technique itself becomes far more meaningful. Number 2, how lymphatic drainage shapes facial appearance. Lymphatic drainage is one of the most overlooked contributors to facial appearance, yet it plays a major role in how defined or swollen the face looks at any given time. The lymphatic system is responsible for clearing excess fluid, metabolic waste, and inflammatory byproducts from tissues, including the delicate structures of the face. Unlike blood circulation, which is driven by the heart, lymph flow relies on gentle pressure changes created by muscle movement, breathing, and manual stimulation. When this system slows down, fluid can accumulate in low resistance areas of the face, creating puffiness that is often most noticeable under the eyes, along the cheeks, and around the jawline. Gua Sha supports this system by providing directional stimulation that encourages lymph fluid to move toward natural drainage pathways located along the sides of the neck and near the collarbones. These areas act as exit points where lymph fluid re-enters circulation and is eventually filtered by the body. The strokes used in Gua Sha are not random. They follow anatomical pathways that align with how lymph naturally flows. When applied correctly, the gentle scraping motion creates a mechanical signal that encourages movement of stagnant fluid, helping the face appear less congested. On a deeper level, lymphatic buildup is not just about aesthetics, but about balance within the tissue environment. Factors such as sleep quality, dehydration, inflammation, and prolonged sitting can all slow lymph flow, leading to temporary changes in facial appearance. This is why people often wake up with a puffier face or notice fluctuations in definition throughout the day. Gua Sha does not change these underlying factors, but it helps counteract their visible effects by supporting fluid movement. In real-world terms, this means Gua Sha is most noticeable when the face is experiencing mild fluid retention rather than structural change. The result is a gradual reduction in puffiness and a more sculpted appearance that reflects improved internal fluid balance rather than permanent alteration. Number 3, the role of fascia in facial tension and contour. Beyond fluid movement, another key system influencing facial appearance is fascia, a web-like connective tissue that surrounds muscles and helps maintain structural integrity. Fascia is not rigid, it is responsive and adaptable, meaning it can become tight, restricted, or tense depending on stress levels, facial expressions, and daily habits. Over time, this tension can subtly influence how the face appears, contributing to asymmetry, tightness around the jaw, or a less relaxed expression overall. Gua Sha interacts with fascia through slow, sustained pressure and gliding movements across the skin. This type of mechanical stimulation encourages the fascial layers to release tension and return to a more neutral state. The effect is not dramatic or structural, but rather functional, allowing muscles and soft tissue to move more freely without restriction. When fascia is less tense, facial features often appear softer, more balanced, and more naturally defined. The mechanism behind this response is related to how connective tissue responds to mechanical input. Fascia contains sensory receptors that respond to pressure and stretch, sending signals that can influence muscle tone and local circulation. Gua Sha leverages this response by applying controlled, directional strokes that guide tissue relaxation over time. In daily life, this means facial tension accumulated from stress, clenching, or repetitive expression can be gently reduced through consistent practice. The result is not a new face, but a more relaxed version of the one that already exists. Number 4, why Gua Sha creates an immediate lifted effect. One of the most noticeable aspects of Gua Sha is the immediate visual change many people observe after a session. The face often appears more lifted, less puffy, and slightly more defined. This effect is not due to structural change, but due to the combination of reduced fluid retention and temporary increases in circulation. When gentle pressure is applied along lymphatic pathways, excess fluid is encouraged to move away from the central face, reducing puffiness in areas like the cheeks and under the eyes. At the same time, increased blood flow to the surface of the skin creates a temporary flush that can enhance the appearance of vitality and contour. On a deeper level, this effect is tied to how quickly soft tissue responds to mechanical input. Unlike bone or deep structural layers, the skin and superficial fascia are highly responsive to movement and pressure changes. This responsiveness allows Gua Sha to create visible shifts in appearance within a short period of time. However, it is important to understand that this lifted effect is temporary. It reflects a momentary change in fluid distribution and circulation rather than a permanent alteration in facial structure. Over time, with consistent use, these temporary changes can become more consistently visible as baseline fluid balances improve. Number 5, how to prepare the skin for Gua Sha properly. Proper preparation is essential for Gua Sha because the technique relies on smooth, controlled movement across the skin surface. Without adequate lubrication, friction can cause irritation or reduce the effectiveness of the strokes. Typically, a facial oil or serum is applied to create a glide layer that allows the tool to move effortlessly across the skin without pulling or dragging. On a deeper level, this preparation step is not just about comfort, but about ensuring that the mechanical signals reach the underlying tissue layers effectively. When the skin is properly lubricated, pressure is distributed more evenly, allowing the Gua Sha tool to interact with fascia and lymphatic structures rather than getting caught on the surface. In real-world terms, this step determines whether the practice feels soothing and effective or uncomfortable and inconsistent. Proper preparation creates the conditions for controlled movement, which is essential for both safety and results. Number 6, the step-by-step flow of a Gua Sha routine. A proper Gua Sha routine follows a structured flow that moves from the neck upward through the face, always following the natural direction of lymphatic drainage. The process begins at the neck, where the fluid is encouraged to move toward the collarbone area, which acts as a primary drainage zone. From there, strokes move upward along the jawline, cheeks, and under eye area, always maintaining gentle pressure and consistent direction. On a deeper level, this sequence is important because it aligns with how fluid naturally exits facial tissues. Working against this flow would reduce effectiveness, while working with it enhances drainage efficiency. The mechanism behind the sequence is based on pressure gradients within soft tissue. By guiding fluid toward lower resistance pathways, Gua Sha supports natural clearance processes. In daily use, this structured flow ensures consistent results and prevents uneven stimulation of facial areas. Number 7, how Gua Sha improves skin appearance beyond contouring. Beyond its effect on facial shape, Gua Sha also influences skin appearance through improved circulation and lymphatic movement. Increased blood flow brings oxygen and nutrients closer to the skin surface, which can enhance overall radiance. At the same time, improved lymphatic drainage helps reduce the appearance of dullness caused by fluid stagnation or mild inflammation. On a deeper level, these effects are tied to how the skin responds to mechanical stimulation, which can temporarily influence tone and texture. The result is a healthier looking complexion that reflects improved internal balance rather than cosmetic alteration. Number 8, common mistakes that reduce effectiveness. One of the most common mistakes in Gua Sha practice is applying too much pressure, under the assumption that stronger force produces better results. In reality, excessive pressure can restrict lymphatic flow rather than enhance it, reducing effectiveness. Another mistake is inconsistent direction, which disrupts the natural drainage pathways the technique is designed to support. On a deeper level, these errors occur because Gua Sha is often misunderstood as a muscle or bone shaping tool rather than a fluid and fascia-based system. Correct technique relies on consistency, direction, and light pressure rather than intensity. Number 9, why consistency matters more than intensity. Gua Sha works through repeated support of natural systems rather than one-time transformation. Because lymphatic flow and fascial tension respond gradually over time, consistent practice produces more noticeable results than occasional intense sessions. With regular use, the face becomes more responsive to drainage and less prone to buildup of fluid in certain areas. This cumulative effect is what creates long-term changes in appearance. Number 10, the real purpose of Gua Sha in facial health. At its core, Gua Sha is not about changing facial structure, but about optimizing how the face functions within its natural biological systems. It supports lymphatic drainage, reduces soft tissue tension, and enhances circulation, all of which contribute to a healthier and more balanced facial appearance over time. The real value of Gua Sha lies in its ability to work with the body rather than against it, encouraging natural processes that are already occurring beneath the surface. Gua Sha is often presented as a technique for sculpting or reshaping the face, but its true function is far more subtle and far more biological. It does not alter bone structure or permanently change facial anatomy. Instead, it works within the living systems of the face: fluid movement, fascia tension, and circulation. to support a more balanced and less congested appearance. The visible changes people experience, such as reduced puffiness, improved definition, and a healthier glow, are the result of improved lymphatic flow and reduced soft tissue tension. These are dynamic processes that naturally fluctuate throughout the day, which is why Gua Sha can produce noticeable results even without altering structural features. When used consistently and correctly, Gua Sha becomes less of a beauty trick and more of a maintenance practice, one that supports the body's natural ability to regulate fluid and tension. It does not force change, it facilitates flow. And in that sense, the real power of Gua Sha is not transformation, but alignment with the body's existing systems, allowing the face to reflect a more rested, balanced, and naturally refined version of itself.